Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea. I hope you're all well. Firstly, I just want to apologise for the slightly husky voice. I've come down with either belated anthrax or some sort of chest infection, but it's affected the voice. It's a bit more husky. In any case, I'm going to be showing you a wicked pedal today. So hopefully you guys know about Greer amps. If you don't, please look them up because they're very, very cool. Pete always goes on about the Lightspeed Overdrive. It's one of his favourite pedals. He's got it on his board and he'd been harking on about it for ages, and I thought I'd give it a go. We tried it out at Anderton's doing a sound like video and I was completely blown away, to be honest. I just put it in front of a V40 Deluxe, I put it in front of a Boss Katana, put it in front of a Kraken, and didn't matter what I put it in front of, it just sounded immense. So I'm doing a video today. I spoke to Nick, the owner, Nick Greer, at NAMM, and I just said, look man, this is such an awesome pedal, really impressed. I'd love to do a video for you, and the legend that he is sent one across to the UK for me to try out and show you. So I'm going to be playing just a couple of different guitars. I've got my Fender Strat, it's the Custom Shop 55, and I'll probably use my ML3 Beer down-tuned to C so that you can hear it in different contexts. But it's really straightforward. It's got 3 controls. It's got loudness, or volume if you want to look at it that way. You got drive, and then you got frequency or tone. So it's straightforward, easy to use pedal, and it just enhances the sound of stuff. And then it's got its the more you turn up the drive and the volume, it gives you more of its unique sort of sound, but it just sounds great. So without messing around for too long, let's get right into it. I'm going into a VX Kraken on a pretty much clean signal. As you know, I like to put a little bit of drive in there, but nothing too drastic. Running into the 2 Notes Torpedo Studio with a couple of custom IRs, and I'm capturing it with the Universal Audio Apollo 8P interface. So let's have a listen. Alright, so I've got my guitar ready to go. The reverb and delay you're hearing are provided by the Boss RV and DD500 in the loop of the Kraken Gain 1. Here we go, let's have a listen. So that's the sound of the guitar straight in, and I've got everything set to 12 o'clock. The cool thing about it is, and don't be surprised, but when you turn it on with everything at 12 o'clock, it's a very, very subtle difference, so don't expect a massive change in sound. So you can hear it's really subtle, but it just pushes the front, warms it up a bit, gives it a little bit more sustain, and that's what I like about it. It's subtle, it's organic, as it says on the pedal. But the cool thing is, soon as you touch it past 12 o'clock, soon as you, either the loudness or the gain or drive past 12 o'clock, then you start to hear what it can do. So let me just give you a demonstration. Well, there you go. I just pushed the loudness over 12 o'clock. It's at about somewhere between 1 and 2 o'clock, and it's just given me that. It's immediately given me a beautiful, beautiful sound with the Strat. It's got more sustain, it's got more guts to it. So what I'm gonna do now is do the same thing to the gain so you can hear what happens. It is really good. I hope it sounds good to you guys in the world of YouTube, but like sat in the room, it just gives you a bit of punch, more sustain. It's a beautiful feeling overdrive. So before we move on, I want to try out the tone knob or the frequency knob to see if it's usable wherever you put it. So I'm going to boost it and then reduce it. Sounds good to me. It's not too plinky, so let's reduce it. The tone knob is definitely usable, and I can guarantee that still feels good, still sounds good. Cool, loudness and drive are maxed out pretty much. I reckon it's going to sound great. It's not disappointed me yet, so let's have a listen. So we heard it with loudness and drive maxed pretty much, and it sounded immense. So what I've tried to do now is the opposite. So I've gunned the loudness, but I've taken the drive pretty much all the way out, just to hear how it sounds. I think like a push clean thing in front of the game one of the Kraken. Let's just have a listen. Push a bit more of the frequency control in. Let's have a listen now. so dynamic. I mean, what more is it to say? The only thing I do want to do is just grab a guitar and drop C, put a bit more gain on, and just gun it and see how filthy we can get things. So let me do that now. Okay, so I've got my ML3 beer, and I've put it into gain 1, and I've gunned the gain. I say I gunned it. It's about 1 o'clock on gain 1, so it's the sort of more British side. So what happens when we put the Lightspeed on this? I mean, going from this, which is huge, you know, it's fat as hell, but it, you know, when you throw the Lightspeed on, something gets angry. It's like, but it still feels like the same amp. It's still got that same saturation to it, and even the pick attack. I love it. It's great. It's an absolutely killer overdrive pedal. Nick from Greer Amps, well done. Well done to you and your team for creating one of my favourite, and very recently, but one of my favourite overdrives. I'm just going to say it. I highly rate this. Pete has good taste, and I'm just going to copy him in saying that is a killer overdrive pedal, and I think that's going to make its way comfortably onto my pedal board, and that's just something I've said right off the cuff right now on this video. So mega. Well, there you go. There is the Greer Amps Organic Overdrive. I must admit, I'm mega impressed. I knew it was good, but actually getting it to my house and trying it out and seeing what, you know, playing through a few different guitars, just, it's mega. It really is. So these retail for $1.99. You can pick them up at Anderton's. I'll put a link in the description box below. But I recommend just trying one for yourself, plugging it into a rig you're familiar with, and seeing how it works with your rig. It has to be said that the organic overdrive nature, like the transparency of it, it has its own thing, but it just complements your sound, and that's something I really enjoy about it, because I'm still hearing the sound I'm used to, but it just adds something that really makes it sound extra special to me. It's like secret sauce in pedal form. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll put all links in the description box. Until next time, I've been Rabea, and I will see you all very soon.